Welcome. Parenthood is one of the most profound and selfless journeys a person can embark on. From the moment your children are born, your world shifts to revolve around their happiness, success, and well-being. You work tirelessly, sacrificing sleep, comfort, and personal desires just to see them thrive. But as the years pass, a question may arise in your heart. Is all this love and effort truly appreciated? Or in some ways, have you been taken for granted? Have you ever stopped to think about how much you've given your children? Being a parent means offering endless love, working tirelessly, and making countless sacrifices, many of which go unnoticed. The long nights, the quiet tears, the relentless dedication to their well-being, it's all part of wanting the best for them. But as time goes on, a troubling thought might surface. You may start to wonder, is all of this love reciprocated? Or without realizing it, have you been taken for granted or even manipulated? Many parents experience this uncertainty, especially when their children start behaving in ways that feel subtly different, ways that create discomfort or unease. Manipulation isn't always obvious. It can be wrapped in politeness, guilt, or even disguised as concern. Recognizing the signs is the first step in protecting your well-being, preserving your dignity, and ensuring that love remains a bond of mutual respect rather than a tool of control. One common sign of manipulation is financial exploitation. If your children frequently ask for money without providing a clear reason or justification, they might be taking advantage of your generosity. As a parent, your instinct is to help. You want to support them, ease their burdens, and ensure their success. But when these requests become a pattern, they can slowly erode your financial security. It often starts small, just a little loan, just a bit of help. And before you know it, it turns into a dependency that places pressure on you. What makes this manipulation even harder to recognize is the way it's presented. Your child may appeal to your emotions, making it seem like you are their only hope. They might say things like, "If you don't help me, I don't know what I'll do," leaving you feeling guilty or fearful of disappointing them. This can create a vicious cycle where your financial sacrifices come at the expense of your own well-being. Many elderly parents, wanting to remain needed, dip into their savings or pensions, leaving themselves vulnerable. It's not wrong to want to help your children, but it's important to see the difference between healthy support and an unfair burden. Another sign of manipulation is when your children start making decisions for you, decisions that should be yours alone. It may begin in a way that seems caring or helpful. They might say, "Let me handle it. This is too complicated for you." At first, it feels like assistance, but over time, it turns into something else, control. Maybe they begin to dictate how you spend your money, who you see, or even what you eat. In extreme cases, they may even try to convince you that you're incapable of managing your own affairs, slowly chipping away at your independence. Losing control over your own life can be deeply unsettling. Decisions are made on your behalf without your input, and before you realize it, your voice is ignored. You may feel like your wisdom, experience, and preferences no longer matter. But age does not take away your ability to make choices. In fact, it should bring confidence and self-awareness. Recognizing when your independence is being taken from you is key to maintaining your autonomy and ensuring that your opinions continue to be valued. Perhaps one of the most painful forms of manipulation is emotional neglect. If your children consistently dismiss your feelings, ignore your concerns, or show indifference toward your thoughts, it may be a sign that they are not respecting you as they should. This behavior can creep in quietly. You might notice that when you share something meaningful, an opinion, a worry, or even excitement, they seem uninterested, distracted, or unwilling to engage. Over time, this can lead you to question your own importance. You might start to wonder, do my thoughts and feelings even matter? Should I just stay quiet to avoid being a burden? When emotional neglect becomes a pattern, it creates a painful distance in the relationship. As a parent, you deserve to be heard and valued, not pushed aside or treated as if your emotions are insignificant. Some children, consciously or not, use this disregard to maintain control, focusing only on their own needs and making you feel as if asking for attention or care is unreasonable. But no one should make you feel invisible. Acknowledging this dynamic is the first step in ensuring that your voice is heard and your emotions are respected. Love is not a currency to be traded, nor should it be used as leverage. True love is built on respect, kindness, and appreciation. If you ever feel like your kindness is being manipulated, it's important to recognize it and take steps to set healthy boundaries. Your love and support should be given freely, but never at the cost of your dignity and well-being. One significant warning sign is when your children, whether intentionally or unintentionally, create distance between you and others, making you emotionally reliant on them. This often starts subtly with comments from friends, neighbors, or even family members suggesting that certain people are a bad influence or that it's better for you to stay home instead of socializing. While these remarks may seem caring on the surface, they can gradually isolate you, weaken your support system, and increase your dependence on your children. Isolation is harmful because it limits your access to external perspectives that might help you recognize unhealthy dynamics. Over time, this detachment can lead to loneliness, sadness, and even a decline in self-esteem. If you find yourself drifting away from loved ones who bring you joy and support, it's crucial to take action. Rebuilding relationships and strengthening social connections can help prevent you from falling into an emotional trap where your world becomes restricted instead of enriched. A healthy relationship should expand your life, not confine it. Another painful sign of control is emotional blackmail. This manipulation is especially difficult to recognize because it often disguises itself as sensitivity or vulnerability. Your children might say things like, "After everything I've done for you, you can't help me now." Or, "If you really loved me, you would do this for me." These words strike at the heart of parental love and devotion, making it difficult to refuse their requests. Emotional blackmail plays on your deep-seated desire to care for your children, even when their demands go against your well-being or better judgment. Over time, you might find yourself constantly sacrificing your peace, finances, or time to meet their needs, sacrifices that are not only expected but often unappreciated. It's important to recognize that love should not be transactional. Setting boundaries and learning to say no is essential to maintaining a balanced and respectful relationship. Your love should be valued, not exploited. A more subtle yet equally concerning sign is veiled neglect. This happens when your children appear present in your life but fail to offer meaningful emotional or practical support. They might send a quick message or visit briefly, giving the impression that they care. To outsiders, they may seem like attentive and devoted children. However, despite their gestures, you may still feel deeply alone because your core needs, whether for companionship, assistance with daily tasks, or medical care, are not met. This silent abandonment can be difficult to speak about, as you might fear sounding ungrateful or overly demanding. However, it's essential to recognize the difference between true presence and surface-level engagement. When gestures are empty and lack genuine care, they can be a form of manipulation that discourages you from seeking real support elsewhere. Acknowledging this neglect and openly communicating your needs is crucial. True love is demonstrated through consistent acts of kindness and support, not just performative displays. Another sign of manipulation is when your children consistently prioritize their needs over yours. This often manifests through guilt-inducing statements like, "You're really going to do this now when you know I need help," or "You should understand how busy my life is." Over time, their needs start to seem more urgent and important while yours are pushed aside. You might begin to feel as though your life is secondary, as if your responsibilities and well-being are insignificant compared to theirs. This behavior is damaging because it forces you into a pattern of constant compromise, where your needs are never acknowledged or considered. Healthy relationships should not require you to sacrifice your own priorities without reciprocation. You have the right to establish boundaries and ensure that your needs are met. Your life is valuable, and you deserve the same level of consideration and respect that you give to others. An additional red flag is the habit of making empty promises. Your children might frequently say reassuring things like, "Don't worry, I'll come by this weekend to help," or "I'll take care of that for you soon." Yet, time and time again, these promises remain unfulfilled. At first, you may believe them and look forward to their support, only to be repeatedly let down. This pattern creates a cycle of anticipation and disappointment, leaving you feeling neglected and unimportant. Worse, you may start blaming yourself for expecting too much or feeling guilty for holding them accountable. The truth is, genuine love and respect are demonstrated through actions, not words. Recognizing this pattern and addressing it is essential to breaking the cycle. You deserve reliability and honesty, not perpetual waiting for promises that never materialize. Acknowledging these warning signs is not easy. It can bring up feelings of guilt, frustration, and sadness, as if you are somehow at fault. However, it's important to remember that you are not to blame. The love and care you have given your children are real and unquestionable. What matters now is restoring balance in your relationships, ensuring that respect, appreciation, and genuine care are prioritized over manipulation or obligation. You deserve peace, dignity, and fulfillment at this stage of your life. Establishing boundaries does not mean withholding love. It means ensuring that love is mutual and healthy. A fulfilling relationship should be about growth, connection, and shared care, not painful compromises. You have every right to reclaim your time, energy, and emotional well-being. It is never too late to put yourself at the center of your own life, because you still have so much to offer and deserve to be treated with respect and kindness.